This video will cover page 23 out of your math book. For each of the following, I want you to decide if the two outcomes listed are equally likely to occur. Give a reason for your answer. So rolling a 1 or 2 when a 6-sided number cube with the numbers 1 through 6 on the faces of the cube is rolled. So I want you to think of just like a dice, okay? A die. And numbers 1 through 6 are on it. And I want to know what's the probability of rolling a 1 or a 2. Okay? What's the probability of rolling a 1? Well, it's 1 out of 6. What's the probability of rolling a 2? It's also 1 out of 6. So yes, they'll have the same chance of happening. Letter B says, selecting the letter A or K from the word take. So what's the probability of selecting an A? Well, it's 1 out of 4. Probability of selecting a K, it's also 1 out of 4. So that's another yes. Same chance. C says, selecting a black or an orange marble from a bag containing 50 black and 45 orange marbles. What do you think, yes or no? Well, no, because black has a slightly greater chance of being chosen. Okay, they're almost the same, but yeah, orange is just a little bit behind the black on that. D, selecting a 4 or an 8 from the even numbers 2 through 14, including 2 and 14. So we need to draw off the sample space for that, please, because that's a little hard to visualize. So we want the numbers 2 through 14, including 2 and 14, and it's just the even numbers. So 2 is an option, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, and 14. So what's the probability of selecting a 4? 1 out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So selecting 4 is 1/7. Now selecting an 8 is 1 out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1/7 and 1/7. So yeah, same chance. Now look at letter E. Landing on a 1 or a 3 when spinning the spinner below. So check out the spinner. You might be like, oh yeah, landing on 1 is 1 out of 4. Landing on a 3 is also 1 out of 4. But you'd be incorrect in that assumption because look at how the size of the sections vary. We're comparing 1 with 3, and you see that they are not the exact same size. So out of the 1 and the 3, which one's got a better chance of getting selected? 1 does, simply because it's got a larger area, okay? So this is a no, not equally likely, because 1 has a larger area, so it has a greater chance of occurring. Okay, 3. Color the squares below so that it would be equally likely to choose blue or yellow square. If you don't have a blue or yellow marker or pencil or whatever, go ahead and just label it with the initials. Use B for blue, Y for yellow. Okay, here's a hint. You should have the same number colored blue as yellow. Okay, don't just write this down. I also want you to do that. Shade it in. Okay, the next one says, color the squares below so that would be more likely to choose a blue than a yellow. So here's a hint. You have to do this, but here's the hint. More squares, you should have more squares colored blue than yellow.